Hey guys, I'm Dov, and today I'm back with more Total War Warhammer 2 multiplayer action. We're here with a community cast today featuring the Greenskins taking on the Dwarves, so a nice grudge match here. Let's take a look. Got Skarsnik for, I guess, grudging purposes, since anti-large doesn't really make a huge difference here, but it does have armor piercing, so that's okay. Whole bunch of Night Goblins, so I guess it's a Goblin-themed build then. Okay, makes sense. We do have one unit of Orc here, boys. Goblin Archers, 4 units of SQUIG Herds, which you don't see super often. Quite nice. And the 2 Rock Lobbers. We've also got a Night Goblin Shaman. Currently blew himself off of his feet and now going to be casting that Vindictive Glare, hopefully. Nope, looks like it didn't actually cast. That does occasionally happen. Yeah, for the Dwarves, got Longbeards, Hammerers, Grumbling Guard. We've got Miners with Blasting Charges, Rangers, an Ethereal Thane, King Lun Ironhammer. This is the offensively focused Thane. There's 2. There's one that has more of a defensive stat line, one that has more of an offensive stat line. And we've also got a Rune Lord here, some Miners. Looks like Peak Gate Guard in the back, more Miners, Warriors Dragonfire Pass. So a pretty heavy Dawi Rush build with several units of Hammerers, which could potentially be punished pretty badly here by those Rock Lobbers. So far, not a lot though has been done to them. Most of the fire has been focused on these other units, and the Rock Lobbers haven't been able to make super solid contact there. Not very accurate in any case, but this unit of Miners with Blasting Charges, most of them have been taken down already. Skarsnik comes forward to start to break up the Miners' advance here, and Goblin's just going to absolutely start devouring these Miners here. You can see the Gobos countercharging in. King Lun also charges in. Probably going to be getting a nice terror out there on those Fanatics, but the Fanatics do get cast here in the back. Wonderfully done. Cutting right through these Grumbling Guard and more. Excellent, excellent work. We have a look down the hill a bit. You can see more fighting being done. Not too many more Fanatics cast at the moment, but those rocks being lobbed are starting to make some contact. We've got a few models down there for the Peak Gate Guard, and here come the main Fanatics casts. Will RNG favor the Greenskins? It looks like actually pretty badly not. A lot of those coming in this kind of open area, which is a little bit unfortunate, but that's just how it goes. Skarsnik doing great in the front line. Looks like we've got an Itchy Nuisance here. These Grumbling Guard weren't quite hit by that, but it is going to hit these Hammerers here, which is quite nice. They are just cleaning up those Night Goblin Fanatics, though. SQUIG Hoppers managed, or not the Hoppers. I always say SQUIG Hoppers because not a lot of people take the SQUIG Herds, but the Herds themselves have come up and around the back here. Going to be getting a nice charge downhill. Looks like there's some Longbeards in a protection position, but they probably won't be able to fully get into... Yeah, they're not going to be able to fully break that charge there. Those Rangers are going to get eaten up pretty badly. That being said, if we take a look at the rest of the battlefield here, you can see the Goblobber still totally secure. Some of the Hammerers have overrun into the second line. The Rusty Arrows here starting to get dragged down. Likewise, Night Goblin Archers and the Orc Arrow Boys have taken some pretty significant damage as well. Shooting the Rune Lord is going to be a bit tough if he does have that missile resistance item, which it doesn't look like he does. Even still, very tanky target, 120 armor. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do there. Anyway, yeah, you can see the these PK Guard now getting solid contact from those Rock Lobbers there. Doing a great job over here. The SQUIG advance has been broken up somewhat, but it was able to come in and disrupt, do a whole bunch of damage. Wah being popped now, a little bit late, let's be honest, but still being popped nonetheless. And as these Skulkers run in to engage here, they're going to be getting not only that Wah, but also the Opportunist Murder proc will hopefully be going off on them. Going to get in here and do some excellent, excellent work against these Longbeards. Up on the high ground, though, Dwarves are pushing forward aggressively, and who would have thought a Dawi Rush build versus Greenskins Artillery. So far, the Greenskins Artillery is actually holding out okay, but we do still have plenty of Hammerers here. That Rune Lord pushed back, got on top of the Rock Lobbers with some more Hammerers, so that's pretty good stuff, but Skarsnik still being very healthy makes a huge difference here. The Achebeak Loons as well, with their poison, their Fanatics. Everything in this late game could potentially be brutal. The Skulkers had been doing quite well in this fight, but now as things start to turn against them, the Rangers are able to provide a bit of supporting fire. Dwarves might be able to pull this one back a little bit. Does look like we've got some SQUIGs coming back from route over there, so pretty decent stuff. Looks like I might have missed some Fanatics over there, unfortunately, but such as it is, the Peak Gate Guard have been taken down. They can now come surround this unit of Hammerers, potentially. Very good stuff with the gold chevron Fanatics there. Likewise, Belagar or sorry, the Ethereal Thane here, King Lun Ironhammer, Belagar's ancestor, gonna get taken down by Skarsnik. Skarsnik, although he doesn't have magic damage just because he has high enough weapon strength, over time he will be able to wear down this Ethereal Thane, you can see here. And, I mean, with the Fanatics supporting, absolutely, definitely means they'll be distracting some of the attacks from King Lun so that he doesn't punch Skarsnik too hard. So should be able to take him out. Once the Ethereal Thane's gone, that will put a significant dent in the balance of power. I mean, granted, there are still all these hammers left, but a secondary Wah now being popped as Skarsnik has been saturated in melee that entire time. These hammers here cleaned up. The artillery crews aren't really in a position to get engaged in melee, but that Wah will affect, obviously, Skarsnik himself, and the SQUIGs. The SQUIGs coming back in, the SQUIG herds all in a rage, come back in. They're going to get in here and do a little bit of anti-infantry AP. Likewise, we've got some Skulkers incoming as well. Probably won't make it before the Wah actually runs off on them, but the SQUIGs nonetheless are going to get in here and have a great old time. Skulkers also get in here, drop that smoke bomb. They're going to get their nasty little shanks out, start to shank some of these dwarf units also. So we'll see. Definitely still going to be pretty close, despite what the balance of power may have you think, mostly because of Skarsnik here being so healthy is the reason why that's so inflated. But yeah, that magic missile not going to do a whole lot because of the magic resistance and the missile resistance and everything else of the Rune Lord. But yeah, let's see. We've got a sneaky stabbing now on the Fanatics. Might have actually used that on Skarsnik himself since he actually has good AP values. But hey, such as it is, it looks like we're going to have a Trixie Traps as well just because. Spite of the Bad Moon. Yeah, get back here. Just all of the effects possible. None of them actually all that beneficial. But nonetheless, the hammers get in here, start to hammer some of these gobos. Skarsnik devouring, or I should say Gobla devouring. Skarsnik fighting. We've got the Shaman in here as well. So very pitched battle in this late game situation with these poor little gobos fighting those hammers tooth and nail. The hammers are starting to give way though. We can see there are some rusty arrows now back from route. A few Orc Arrow Boys as well, able to pepper in a few shots. Is this Orc Arrow Boy like let's make up a story about these guys, because these are the only orcs in the entire army, right? So they just think that they're goblins. Let's just say that they pretending that they're goblins. They got the pointy hats and everything. Anyway, you can see here the AP Gloon's still alive. There's two of them. Another Fanatics cast over here, though, from one of the regular Fanatics, is able to do some damage. Yeah, the Dawi leadership obviously going to be a lot to take down in this late game. And the Hammerers, I mean, the Hammerers plus the Rune Lord, it looks bad for the Dawi on the balance of power, but it's actually not as bad as it looks because of these Hammerers here. You can see them coming in, just mopping up, bopping heads with the Rangers, able to rout off that unit of Fanatics. This other one just about routed off here. Unfortunately for the Rune Lord, though, he gets surrounded by angry SQUIGs. Skarsnik's also coming in with his AoE buffs, and actually, the one thing about the anti-large in this specific matchup, the only unit that counts, well, not the only, Gyrocopters also count as large, but both Thorgrim and the Rune Lord up on their thrones do count as large entities. So, obviously, Skarsnik's anti-large armor piercing will make a difference, and critical army losses hits as the Rune Lord loses out on his HP. His little console in the back here goes offline, and that will be game. So, big thanks. I forget who actually sent this one to me, so I apologize about that. If I can quickly just check here on the side, I want to say it was Big Papa. That's right. A big thanks, Big Papa, for sending this one in. Super fun replay. Always a good time to see, you know, the true grudge match, right? The Greenskins against the Dwarves. And I really like this Dwarf build from Grombrindle as well. Very aggressive, 3 hammers, just straight up the pipe. You can see 2 of the hammers, 189, 184. The Pete Gate Guard did get focused down a little bit more aggressively, so they didn't get quite as many kills. Same for the Grumbling Guard, but still, those 2 hammerers, very impressive. I also like the pick of the Ethereal Thane. You know, it's not a super common pick these days. You don't see a lot of people even trying it. But with the Rune Lord especially giving you that little bit of extra magic resistance, I definitely see the benefit of having that terror against the Greenskins. You know, you have the hammers to kind of be like a shock damage unit, then come in with the terror. I see what he was going for there. Unfortunately, I mean, he even came up against a Gobbo build, but all the melee Gobbos here being gold chevrons helps them quite a bit. We've got some Unbreakable Boys. The SQUIG herds as well coming in, doing some really nice work. Also, I'm a huge fan of the Rock Lobbers here. Just great kills spread across the board, and not to mention 62 On Skarsnik himself, as I was saying, it doesn't really make sense to have the anti-large here, right? But nonetheless, just the high HP, the poison and armor piercing, the fact that he can sit in a sustained infantry fight, and Gobbler will literally just gobble up infantry models. It's pretty decent. He actually is quite a good lord, in my opinion. A lot of people think that Skarsnik's a bit of a meme, but I think he's pretty solid. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed watching this one. If you do like this sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button, so every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.